I've never been entirely sure what it is about Loveny Male Voice Choir. It goes beyond the singing, it goes beyond the camaraderie and that connectivity. It goes beyond having 40 men singing in harmony. I think there's a connection between the boys that is incredibly unique, that is forged from years, sometimes decades, of friendship and brotherhood. There's a mutual understanding of respect and inclusivity that is vitally important for me.
Since New Year, we've got a new structured programme of rehearsals. It's been absolutely spot on. It's given us the discipline to put some work in before the session, and it's actually provided some discipline for our MD as well. But it's been a great, really enthusiastic, and afterwards, of course, great camaraderie in the bar. Well worth attending.
The choir was founded in 1972 by the late Alan Pascoe, right in the heart of Cornwall St Neots, and has been going strong ever since. The choir over their history have had, I believe, 12 or 13 different musical directors and a number of accompanists. But I think once you've been part of Loveny, it never leaves you. It's definitely something that stays with you for all time, I think. Since Loveny Male Voice Choir was founded some 50 years ago now, which is just incredible. I mean, in this day and age, for something to have lasted 50 years is an achievement in itself. But they've made some remarkable progress. They've had some fantastic appearances and performance opportunities. They've been on Heart of Gold, hosted by Esther Ranson. They have been on Songs of Praise countless times. They've performed at the Menin Gate in Belgium. They have been all over the world, the States, across Europe, and always with that sense of unity, that sense of ensemble, that sense of friendship. And I think that's what makes Loveny Male Voice Choir incredibly special. I certainly feel privileged to be part of their history.
Yeah, Loveny. Well, trying to remember, yes, I guess so. How many years? 50 years last year. It's doesn't time fly? Fantastic time we've had. It's been a tremendous journey all the way through. We've had 8 or 9 MDs in my time, and everyone has brought something new to the choir. None more so than the new one we have at the moment, Marcus Alleyne. So well done to him. And the choir is going from strength to strength again. We got up to around 70 at one time. We're getting well over 40 now members, so it's great. Fantastic time.
Tenors, tiny little thing just on that very first phrase at figure A. Would you know my name if I saw you? We've definitely got a work hard, play hard ethos at Loveny. I'm not ashamed to say that I do drill the boys pretty rigorously during their Thursday night practices. But there's something about that moment where a certain chord finally sits in perfect harmony and it rings and they can hear it and they can feel it and they can sense that sense of achievement. It's that moment when you spend 20 minutes looking at a single bar of music and you finally get it right. And it's that kind of shared sense of ownership over the music, over the rehearsal space, but also over the achievement. And I think that kind of eggs them on to do better, to do more, to want to invest their time into being better, into developing the choir. And then on the other side, we absolutely let our hair down when it comes to the social side of activities, whether it's foreign travel during our downtime, whether it's some of the local tours we do, or even after just a local performance or event, the afterglow afterwards in the local bar or pub is always incredibly special. And sometimes there's 2 or 3 boys that stick around afterwards, and sometimes there's 40 odd chaps belting it out over a bar with a pint of doom in the hand and a pasty in the other, is how it normally rolls. But some of the fondest memories that I've got of being with Loveny is certainly from the social perspective, those times during the afterglow when we are all in that really chilled, relaxed state where we've just delivered a fantastic performance, and we're able to just chill, kick back and just sing some of our less formal repertoire, entertaining the punters. And I think that's a great thing about being with Loveny, is that yes, we are incredibly hard working when it comes to delivering a performance or a piece of music, but boy do we let our hair down when it comes to the social side of things.
So hoist up the drumbeat, hoist up the drumbeat, sail, see how the mainsail sail. Captain ashore, let me go home. I wanna go home.
There is one, I guess, aspect of Loveny which I'd never come across before, and maybe that's because Loveny was my first introduction, I guess, into the world of male voice singing, particularly here in Cornwall. And that it's not just the singers, it's not just the men that are heavily engaged in choir activities. What we've got is a fantastic support network of wives and partners and family members and friends that make up part of the Loveny ladies, and they're an incredible part of what we do at Loveny. The support that they give, not just in terms of attending performances and putting on amazing Cornish teas for the boys after performances and our audiences, but they invest a lot of time and effort into fundraising for transport to take us around Europe, and we're talking thousands of pounds a year that are raised by this incredibly hard-working group of ladies. They say behind every strong man is an even stronger woman. I genuinely believe that is the case at Loveny, and the choir definitely wouldn't be the same without the ladies.
Loveny ladies started in about the 1970s. When the choir first started, about 2 years after it started. And we still have one lady who still attends, Jan Roberts. She's been with the choir on and off all that time. Great help to us. We meet once a month in St. Neots when the boys are rehearsing. And we have a lot of laughs, a lot of fun.
That was a good rehearsal. It was a bit mucked up because we've got a concert on Saturday, so unfortunately your programme went a little bit awry. But apart from that, it was very good.
One of my fondest performances, I think for me, one of the most defining moments of my career as a musician and a music maker, I think, was being able to stand at the Menning Gates with our boys from Loveny, and to be able to, I'm not going to use the word perform, I think it's just contribute to the last post ceremony, and it was incredibly surreal, very atmospheric, incredibly emotional. We had some of our former military personnel, some of our vets that are in the choir, proudly wearing medals with their Loveny uniform. That was incredibly moving. We sung a piece called Mansions of the Lord, which the opening line is, "To fallen soldiers let us sing," and that was, I think for me, having served myself, that first opening line just choked me up, and even now, just thinking about it makes me incredibly emotional. When you're singing and the words are poignant and the harmony and the acoustic is incredible, and you could hear a pin drop, and then you look around and there are hundreds and thousands of names etched into the stone, and you are instantly reminded why you are there doing what you are doing. And to be part of that history, to be able to offer something, was incredibly moving, and that is certainly, I think, for me, one of the most poignant moments of my entire career.